Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 3, Episode 5. So, we have Ray J, Princess, Lyrica, and A1 at the skating rink. And I'm convinced that Mona couldn't think of anywhere else to have them filming. Like, oh, we always have them filming at restaurants. We always have them filming at somebody's store. Let's put a skating rink in there, because like I just do not see Ray J or Princess just like, yes, skating, that's what we should do. We haven't done that in a while. Hey, A1 and Lyrica, would you guys like to go skating? I know y'all don't picture us skating, but this is what we do. Like, I just like, the whole scene was totally unbelievable. And then we got A1 sitting here with yet another pair of pearls on. This time they're red. And this is like the first time I noticed that his like cheek area, like right there, is pierced. Like, why are all these piercing? Like, you got your cheek pierced right there. You got on these pearls. I'm guessing, like, maybe he's trying to start a new fashion trend. You know, men with pearls. You know, it had to start somewhere. And I guess he's like, hey, I'm going to start this trend. Like, multiple colors of pearls. Even in my confession room, I'm going to have on pearls and some, like, gold chains. I'm like, you're doing too much for me, A1. With the pearls and the chains and the piercing right there. They was doing too much at the skating ring. They wasn't doing too much, but like the fact that they were at the skating ring, I was like really side-eyeing, like, really? You're trying to convince me that they wanted to go to the skating ring. Like, this wasn't an obligatory thing. Like, they just really like, yes, we really want to go skating. Okay. So since Shonda's trying to get her career together, she didn't put her career on the back burner for Willie. She's like, damn, it's my time. You out here cheating. You gonna take care of the kids, and I'm going to get my, music back on. And she's telling Tia Marie how Kaisha has been stalking her on social media, basically saying, what's good, girl? Like, when I see you, I'm hitting you on sight. She didn't say that, but like, I was reading between the lines, and I was paraphrasing about what was going on. So we have Shonda at her little showcase, and she has that like whisper kind of like saying going on, like, yes, I will love you. Now, I am no singer, but this is how it sounded to me, like, yes, I do love you, but we will always be together, like that. And like, the scene looked, I don't know, something threw me off, because like when you see the people in the audience, it was an abundance of people. Like, it was a good amount of people in the audience, but when you panned over to Tia Marie, it wasn't hardly any people right there, and I was confused by that. The next thing you know, there's like coming to the stage all the way from is it either Chicago? I think it's from Chicago. It's Kaisha, and like, I don't want to say it's Shonda's fault, but you knew. But I guess you didn't know this girl was going to, even though she's stalking you, she was going to show up, because now she's a rapper. Oh, yes, and she did a diss track against her. And she performed that diss track. I'm like, your diss track is about you being a side woman. That's basically it. You going on there, yeah, we was together for 12 years. I don't want him. He want me. I don't want him. I have him. But I'm like, wasn't you just like spilling your guts out like 2 or 3 episodes talking about something? But I love you. You were supposed to be with me, but now Liz, I don't want your man. And she's standing on stage, and I'm not trying to be shady. And I'm not being shady. Not trying to and not being shady. But she was on stage looking like somebody's mama who was trying to dress younger than what she is. That's what I was getting, because she had on like a black wife beater and some pants the holes cut out. But I don't know, something about it didn't seem right. And Shonda's sitting there like, y'all, do not clap for this woman. She is on stage talking about being the side woman to my husband. She didn't say that neither, but I am paraphrasing. And she's on there booing. And Kaisha takes offense to this, with like, I let you perform your song. How come you won't let me perform my song? Yes, I am talking about being the side woman to your husband, but you should let me finish. Then they get to fighting. Tia Marie's like, I ain't in it. I'm jumping my tail out the way, and you guys handle that. Next thing you know, Shonda's performance wig gets pulled off. I don't know if she didn't have it, bobby pinned down, or she didn't know that she was going to be there fighting, but looks to me like Kaisha, she was dressed for fighting. The way she was dressed, like, yes, I know she's going to get mad and potentially want to fight me. So I'm going to come prepared in case that happens. And I'm like, so you already flew to Los Angeles to confront, Shonda and tell her that, hey, your husband has been sleeping with me for the past 12 years. And now you're there, so you're spending money to stay there, and I'm trying to figure out why. So we're making a diss track about yourself being a side woman, how you don't want your man, but even we know you want him. Later on in the program, Sean is like, you know what, I'm just through. So she wrote Willie a 4-page letter and let him know, I'm not doing this anymore. But it was like, I could have went without the voiceovers, because then it was like, y'all had to go back into the studio and like read what was read on the notes. I didn't care too much for that. Didn't care much for not Shauna, but Kaisha and her singing neither. But that's neither here nor there. I need to know, how come nobody has told Safaree that you were in LA and that you do not need to be wearing furs all the time? Because now he has on a fur, I want to say it was a vest, it was sleeveless, but it's like fur all around the collar. Like, why? We are in Los Angeles. It doesn't get that cold to where you need fur to keep yourself warm. If that was the case, you would have sleeves on. So I'm like, all these people, like, how come feeling like, man, why you got that fur on? It's like hot outside. Clearly you have on short sleeves, so why do you have on fur? I really wish somebody had told him that. Then we had this whole situation with him and Nikki, because now he's feeling some type of way, and and she tried to do the Jedi mind trick on him, because he went to Fizz and was like, I just want to let you know that me and Nikki are together. And Fizz was just letting him know, watch your back, dog. And like, as Safaree is listening, he's thinking, well, doggone it, that sounds awful familiar. So when he goes to confront her, she does the old Jedi mind trick and like, have I done anything for you to think that I was doing that? Like, you didn't, but you are doing that. You left Rosa, and then you put on your bracelet that he gave you, and then you went to see him, and then she was like, I just hope I don't get exposed by anybody, even though I'm sitting out here in the wide open for anybody to see and take a picture, but I don't want anybody to know what's going on in my life. And that just baffles me. Like, if you have two people and you don't want them to know about each other, why are we outside with one of them around people where people have cameras on their phones and they can take a picture? So like, she tries to like comfort him, let him know like, I'm not sleeping with nobody else, I'm not doing anything of this. But even though she already said she was, this whole little Nikki, Safaree, and Rosa situation, I really wasn't going to talk about it anymore until she said the words, I just hope this doesn't get out, while she just left like a public like area where people can be walking by and seeing this go on. But I'm still mad that the fact that he has on this fur yet again, and we're in Los Angeles. Like, no matter what time you're in Los Angeles, I don't think you're going to need a fur. Yet he feels the need that he should have on a fur in his confessional and while he's out in public. So we have a performance by Mama Lyrica, and the performance wasn't that long, but let her daughter tell it was the best she's ever done. She's on stage. She doesn't even have the mic in her hand, which I guess she didn't really need it because the room wasn't all that big. But I'm like, you see that, Mama Lyrica? Lyrica, she wasn't out singing you or over singing you. Nobody was. This is what you do when somebody's in a performance. Now, if you in a concert and you're Beyonce and you're on stage and somebody wants to sing along, by all means, because there's a lot of people there and Beyonce is on stage and she has a microphone and she can't hear you. But if you're in a small club like Lyric was in, I'm going to need you to not sing over your daughter. And then she doesn't see anything she did wrong when they had dinner with A1 and his mom, Pam. I'm like, you just basically like, congratulations that you moved out. That was all unnecessary. But her thing is, I don't think she would want Lyrica to marry anybody because it's just been Lyrica and Mama Lyrica. Lyrica had a twin sister that passed away right before they turned 3. Daddy ain't been around, so it's just been the two of them. And I guess she doesn't know how to cope with like her daughter wanting to go off and get married. And I have a saying, I had to rewind this like 5 or 6 times. When Lyrica was showing Mama Lyrica her ring, was it just me or was there a wedding band already on there? Because my wedding band, I had it soldered on to my engagement ring so they won't slip around. Like I had to go in there, get my wedding band resized, and it's soldered to my engagement ring. That's what I looked at when I saw her engagement ring. Like the band was already on there as if they were already married and we're just doing this for the show. That's what I got, because like I told you, I like kept on rewinding and I was like trying to look and I was like, that looks like a wedding band. But hey, I may be wrong. Then we have Lyrica and A1 going off into the middle of the desert, what looks like, to like a wedding chapel, just out in the middle of nowhere. And like she wants to get married to him, but she's like, she wants her mom there. But you know, having Mama Lyrica and Mama Pam in the same room during them getting married, it's probably going to be a lot of mess. But he's trying to ensure her, look here, babe, it's just me and you. Let's go ahead and walk down this aisle. But I need to know is, why does she have on a white gown and you have on like not tuxedo, but you have on like a blazer with what looks like almost MC Hammer pants. I don't know what those are called, but they look MC Hammer-esque. You couldn't put on a pair of slacks. I know this is not actual wedding, but you know, look presentable when you are getting married. I would so much appreciate that. But you just had on these MC Hammer-esque pants and a blazer on top of that, and I really didn't know why. I don't know a lot about your style choices, but I guess that's not for me to comment on. That's you. I like to wear my hair in twists all the time. People are probably wondering, why do you always have your hair in twists? Because it's a protective style. So I guess I shouldn't really be talking about what you got going on, because that's your style. So basically, that was suggested went on. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or video response. And like I always want to thank my subscribers and the people who watch my videos. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.